Right, today's car boot sale finds, there's a nice little two-legged clamp there, a really strong, robust one. I only paid £2 for that. Really happy with it. I've been looking at this hacksaw for a few weeks now. It's a Rolls hacksaw. You know, when you hold something and it feels nice, controllable, that's got good feel about it. It's a bit like when you pick up an expensive shotgun and it's got pointability. Well, that's got pointability. I got that for £8. And then I got my eye on this toolbox full of stuff, and the first thing I opened was that. It's a Mercer dead indicator box. Inside of it, it's full of centre drills. They're all Dormer ones. Most of them are brand new, real useful. Some nice little very small ones there, and I was going to ask a price on that, and then I said to the guy, because he had a lot of stuff, I says, how much for the whole box full? And I opened the box up and he just took one look in and went, £15. So for £15 I've got this. There's all kinds in it. I haven't gone through it yet. There's boxes and boxes of stuff, bits and pieces, all kinds of things. Slip gauges. I'm going to do a separate video, like empty this out and see exactly what's in there. Most of this will be given away. It's pointless me keeping it all. Like, is bits and pieces that I've got that are better than mine, and stuff like that. It's absolutely useless now. I mean, they're imperial, it's seen its day, but Deborah makes things out of them, she welds bits onto them. Like I say, it's quite an interesting box. We'll have a proper look in there, possibly on Wednesday, on the Wednesday catch-up video. Every time I look, I see something that's a nice little scraper. Right, that's enough of that until Wednesday. I've started to reassemble the bottom end of this Locomobile engine. I am eventually going to strip the whole engine, probably get it vapor blasted and painted, but at the minute I want to see how well it runs with some new balls in, because these bearing tracks are worn, they are marked. Obviously I can't get any, they're specials, are one-offs that have to be made. Somebody did suggest that I could change it and put standard ball races in. I don't really want to do that. I want to try and keep it sort of original. I've cleaned these con rods up. All I've done is polished them on a wire wheel, take some of the surface rust off. It's all really nicely made stuff, this. That's a crosshead pin. Little adapter on there, little piece on there that also works. And water pump. So we'll see if we can get some more of it together, get this side together. A little bit of a puzzle we'll do sort of all go together really nicely. It's nothing as useless as an empty oil gear, it is. Some real heavy oil in there. I'll have to bring it. So that screws in and tightens onto a shoulder. And then there's a check nut goes on there and a split pin, so it really is belt and braces stuff. If I remember rightly, that was 15 or 16 mil. It isn't sort of an imperial spanner size that I've got anyway. There's been talk about putting this into a butcher's tricycle, and running it off possibly a compressed air bottle at first, then sort the boiler out for it. Engine's quite stiff because I repacked those glands. I put some new packing in, there was hardly anything left in them. Right, so that tightens up, and the check nut goes on there. So far, so good. So now we need to put the balls in there, put the end cap on and set that bearing up. Originally these bearings were just oil, there's an oil hole there. I'm going to pack them with a decent modern grease, which is something they didn't have in them days. Royal purple grease, the real special stuff. It's quite thin, but it has really good lubricating properties. Obviously it would have been grease. Now I did manage to get some new balls. I bought some hard chrome balls for it, which are, where have I put them? Come on John, where's your balls son? That's them there. They're 5/16 balls, and the main bearings, no these are 3/8, yeah, these are 3/8 and the main bearings were 7/16. I think there was 7 in there. And that's 7, 8. There's no space or nothing in here. One more. Yeah, that's it. If you put another one in, they jam up. In fact, I don't even think it needs that many because they aren't lying flat. We'll get one of them out, and that's the way it was, just like that. That's the bearing cap. You can see the marks there where the balls have been running. I'll give it a quick clean up on the wire wheel and then we'll have it assembled. Right. Squirting the grease out the oil was making some lovely noises. You see it's tight because I did repack the glands. It's quite nice actually. Just taking all the clay out of here. There's still a little bit, you don't want it completely play free. There's a little locking plate goes into there. Right, little locking plate, little screw that simply goes onto one of those. I don't know how to go one tighter or one slacker with this. One slacker, I think it'd be better. Go with it. I think it's going to be too tight. I'd rather have a little bit of free play in it. And the screw goes into there. A bit of screwdriver when it eventually goes together for real. Actually it's quite nice. very noisy because it's on a box section base and it's acting a little bit like a drum. Right, I'm going to reconnect all the valve rods now temporarily, and then once again I can run it on compressed air. Being a double acting steam engine, it's got a 4 power strokes per revolution, which means it'll stop anywhere and it'll automatically start. There's no dead spots on it because the cranks are at 90 degrees. It's running quite merrily, the bottom end sounds a lot better. All the valve linkage is in reasonable condition. All at once is new cotter pins making for it. It doesn't matter how bad you own a steam engine is, it'll still run. This is running quite nicely. It's on a little wee compressor on about 10 psi of air, that's all it's got. So you can imagine this on 500 psi of superheated steam. Runs better that way. You often find steam engines run better one way than the other. I've still got to tweak the valve timing a little bit, but at least it goes now. You can see there's a lot of wear on that there. And it sounds reasonably healthy. Instant reverse. Once again, it's your time to say thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do, it is still important. Getting on about important things, there's nothing as important as looking after yourself, both physically and mentally. We're talking here depression, we're talking prostate cancer, get yourself checked out. It's, what can I say, it's not easy to sit here and talk about depression, but I can assure you, like, I have suffered with it and it is not very nice, and that is help there. The worst possible thing you can do is just sort of bottle it up. I'm not sure about talking like this, but people have asked us to carry on talking like this because it is important and it obviously is helping people. So if you don't want to hear me talking about mental health and prostate cancer, nasty things like that, all you got to do is stop the video towards the end. Anyway, that's enough of me. Thanks for watching.